When I was somewhere around 11, 12 years old, my father said to me, if you have one friend, you're lucky. If you have two friends, you're damn lucky. And if you have three friends, you're lying. Well, at that age, I wasn't sure what he meant. Uh, at that age, I was desperate to have as many friends as I could. I don't know if it was friends or maybe it was just to be accepted. Uh, but I definitely needed to be around people. I needed people around me. Uh, I I guess I was around a lot of people. Whether whether they were really friends or not is a whole nother story. But and I was that way, all the way through my teens. Just kind of desperate to make sure I had friends. Uh, Now I went in the military, and it was a little different. I don't know if it being out of my parents' house, what changed, but I still wanted to have friends though. But it wasn't quite the desperation. I guess I gained a lot of self confidence through boot camp and some other things. I don't know, but it was different. And the funny thing is, I probably had more real friends real fast in the military than I had all those teenage years in the neighborhood. I mean, friends that I could really count on. I had one or two I could really count on at home, but it took time to develop those relationships. Um, where in the military it happened kind of fast. You maybe it was because the main thing they're teaching you is teamwork. You're that's what you're supposed to do. So uh, you almost automatically go into teamwork mode and you get along with everyone. And it's not because you're wanting to have friends. It's because you have to rely on each other, and so you develop a different kind of friendship. Um, it's almost like automatic trust. Anyway, and I got out, and having friends. After 4 years of military, I moved around a lot. I lived in different places, and having friends was not as important. I having one or two was fine. One good friend. Um, and I started to realize what my dad was saying. Um, if you have one friend, you're lucky. If you have two, you're damn lucky. And if you have three, you're lying. Well, there's there's some fact to that, because think about when you think about friends, think about people that would, no matter what kind of crap you got yourself in, would stick by you. Um, and how many of those do you have? I know I'm around guys, tell me, oh yeah, hey, I'm, I tell them I'm going to get auto insurance. Hey, I got a friend that gets auto insurance. No, you don't. No, you got a guy that acts like your friend so he can get your business, and your rate isn't any different than anybody else's. But in his mind, it is. But it isn't. I know because he'll tell me his rate, and he's not getting anything any different. And that goes for a lot of things. In a lot of cases, you know, they're just in business. Now, I have had guys I worked for that done me good deals, but I think it was just appreciation of work I'd done, uh, kind of like payback. Anyway, as I'm getting older, I find that I don't care if I have any friends. It's strange, but I almost don't want any. And that, I don't know if that's healthy or not. It seems easier to not have any. I have a couple that I consider friends, a couple people, and they both live far away. And I barely stay in touch with them. And it's almost like I got a plan to talk to them. It's almost like effort, and it doesn't seem right. Um, but that's the way I've gotten. Uh, and in a way, I'm ashamed of it. In another case, on the other hand, I'm like, what are you going to do? I mean, I just kind of want to be left alone. Like I said, is it healthy? I don't know. But the older I get, the less I care about friends. I just kind of want to do things when I want to do them, and I don't know, maybe just total selfishness is creeping in with age. Uh, I just find I don't want to devote time to any of it. Anyway, I just putting this out there for anybody that feels the same way as they get older. Uh, I know it more from me having to have friends to having a few friends to having one good friend to not caring if I have any. As the decades have passed, and it's like why I got to live someplace where I don't have neighbors because I don't want to make any new friends. Uh, I don't know. I just wonder if anybody else feels like that. If you do, leave a comment. Thanks for listening.